let me share something super real right now, right? And I share because I am convinced that the person on the other end of this phone needs to hear this. Okay, so I heard today, and if I'm being honest, I've heard it before. Okay, and God, in His mercy and in His grace, He's really been speaking to me through different people saying the same thing. Okay, so I heard today that, and I'll just speak for me, that my desire to have more, to live in abundance, to make money, to make a lot of money, like that desire is not bad. Matter of fact, I'm now convinced that that desire is from God. Why would I be convinced? Because if I'm being honest with you, the enemy has really gotten me into a spider web of confusion, convincing me that maybe this is a bad desire to have. Right? Maybe it makes you less of a Christian for you to want more and for you to live in abundance. And if I'm the only one thinking that, I'm not. Okay, so I'm now convinced, and I was told today again, that the desire for me to have more, be more, do more is a God-given desire. Okay, it's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for me to want more. However, my desire to have money, for example, a lot of money, that desire, it's not in alignment. Like that desire is not in proper priority. Okay, because again, if I'm being honest, the desire that I have to make money, to have more, it's placed above the desire that I have to want God. Like simply put, on any given day, it is placed above the desire that I have to want God. And my mouth says different, right? My mouth says, God, I want you. God, I want you more than money. God, this, God, that. Like my mouth says different, but I guarantee you, my heart is going in a completely different direction, right? That's why you can't just trust what comes out of your mouth. Okay, so again, my desire to want more is not a bad thing. It doesn't make me a bad person, and it's from God. However, my desire to want more is not placed in the right priority, okay? It's God and then said desire. So God and then more money. And in reality, right, in reality, we're told in Matthew, when the scripture comes into play, so like I see it come to life. In Matthew, we're told that if we seek the kingdom, everything else will follow, right? So it really is God and then said desire. God and then money. God and then the job. God and then the house, right? Second thing is, now that I'm convinced, right, now that I'm for sure that the desire that I have to want more is from God, I now know Satan can't take that desire away, right? Like Satan can't stop God from slowly tapping you to wake up. You know what I mean? Like slowly opening your heart and your mind to wanting more. Eyes of water, forgive me. Satan can't take that away, okay? However, he can pervert it. Right? He can twist it, which is exactly what he's done with my desire to want more. You know what I mean? Since he can't take away the desire, he can't stop God from moving on my behalf. He can delay it. He can delay it. He can twist and pervert the desire to where, again, the desire's not bad, but in my heart, in my mind, I'm placing that desire above God, which is exactly what Satan wants, i.e., he perverted it. Okay, i.e., he twisted it and turned it to where I have this desire, right, to make more, to have more, etc., yet I want it above God. And I was in prayer today, and I'm being so honest. I said, God, I don't know how to want you more than money. I said, God, I don't know how to want you more than said desire. I don't know how to want you more than again, money, than again, a house, than career. Like, I don't know how to want you more, God. I don't have that in my strength. Like, if God were to lay down the solution right now, if God were to lay down the solution, I still would not be able to do it in my strength. And so I said today in prayer, I said, God, I need you to do whatever it is you need to do so that I want you more than the money, so that I want you more than the career, because I don't have it in my strength to want God more than I want money. And you're not going to hear Christians say that, because it sounds so unchristian-like, like, you know, clutching my pearls. What do you mean you want money more than you want God? You know what? I'm not alone in that. I'm just the only one being honest, okay? I say all of that to say that I encourage you, number one, to just be honest with God, like brutally honest with God. And if you know you're in a position right now where you don't want God more than whatever desire stirs up in your heart, the first step is just being honest with him. The second step is acknowledging you don't have it in your power to love God more than the thing. Like you don't have that in your power or in your own strength to desire God more than whatever it is your mind goes back to. The money, the house, the car, whatever it is. You don't have that in your own strength to want God more than that. So you have to come to him humble. You have to come to him humble and acknowledge, God, I don't have this within me to want you more, but I want to want you more. So help me. Again, I am convinced I'm not alone in that. Do me a favor, though. If this touched you in any way, leave me a comment. Let me know. Like this post and follow this page, man. We are genuinely on a real life journey, like healing, real life together, real time.